Good morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me. First of all, I would like to ask you if you're okay with me uploading this to YouTube.
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you so much. So we can begin by, I don't know, introduce yourself. What do you do? Where do you work? What do you guys do?
Okay, my name is Maria Paula. I am currently working as an associate at a company called Andean American Association, which basically works with 5 chambers of commerce for Latin America, for Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, and Paraguay. So we basically work as an integrator of business for those countries and the United States.
Okay, that sounds great. So now the question is, what is the use of computers in your organization? How is technology helping you to make everything more efficient?
Well, it's very important. We live in a very connected world, and especially with us being a chamber of commerce for 5 different countries, and here in the United States, that makes it so much more interesting and so much more efficient to use any type of communication from computers. So starting from emails to just having, I don't know, databases that allow us to actually communicate with these people is the key to actually making everything work. Not always we are able, for example, to communicate with the diplomats and stuff through phones, so emails is the way to actually do it. And especially because we work with government sometimes, we have to have everything on writing, so internet allow us to have communications way faster. If not, we will be waiting for, I don't know, a month just for a letter to arrive to the country and then to come back another month. So emails just make everything so much more efficient every single time, and we use computers on a base to base.
So you're working with government and confidential information. Do you think technology and security play a big part of doing your job? What are the biggest challenges you face?
Yeah, now that you mention it, right now especially we're having a big problem with that. We host 5 web pages, and we have the same host for all of them. They are in charge of taking the information, doing the backups, and in some sense they should have it safe. But they are not their main reason to be there is not that. As of right now, we have 2 pages down because of malware, and it represents a big issue because people keep calling us and asking if are we still in business or not because our web pages are down. And it's very hard because, for example, right now the Colombian page is down and the Andean page is down, but our host is saying that the malware comes from the Venezuelan page. So actually working with governments that don't get along right now represents a threat in some sense, because people keep attacking just a page just because we work with Venezuelan government, and that's affecting not only Venezuela because Venezuela is actually up, but now Colombia, just because we have our hosts connected and all the pages are connected one to another, because we're non-profit and we cannot afford different hosting sites for each of the pages. So yeah, it is very important, and we actually do handle things like databases and information with the people who can actually approach the government people, and not only government people, but then we work a lot with banking people. So it's very hard to think about security even when we go into the buildings. Sometimes because we are non-profit, our events are hosted in, for example, law firms or banks. And recently we had, for example, an event in which we were in Bank of America. There, in order for people from Paraguayan government to get access to Wi-Fi to keep working during the event, we had a lot of problems because Bank of America couldn't allow a free Wi-Fi for everybody. They kept having to give an individual password and thing for every single one of the people who were there. So it's difficult not only for us but